I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Carangelo.
Here.
Mrs. Chu. Mr. Sismar.
Here.
Mrs. Guas. Mr. Hong.
Here.
Mrs. Lax.
Here.
Mrs. Reese. Mr. Winston.
Here.
President Becker.
Here, we have a quorum. Please rise to salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place posted at the Board of Education offices. Written notice was also provided to the Sentinel, the New York Star Ledger, the Home News and Tribune, and the Municipal Clerk of East Brunswick. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. Brings us to the good of the cause for the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. Participants are limited to 3 minutes duration. Is there anyone wishing to address the board? Seeing none, I close the public portion. Any committee reports, information items, and for the good of the cause of the board?
Just one thing tonight. Recently, East Brunswick lost a pretty important guy.
Do you have your?
It is. Is it on? Can you hear me? Is that better? On Saturday morning, Garth Smalley, who was a gentleman who actually presented here less than a couple of months ago regarding the football field, suddenly and unexpectedly passed away at 52 years old. I recognize Garth, the incredible presence in the district. I attended so many of the sporting events, even though his children weren't in those events. He knew every kid by name, an amazing supporter of student athletics, and all 3 of his kids were all varsity athletes. Just an amazing guy, quite an impact on the community. His quote that's famous that he says to all the kids is, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. And I wanna recognize his contributions and impact he had on so many students and staff in this town. So with that, I recognize Garth Smalley.
Thank you so much for that, Jeff. That was beautifully said. Sorry that it had to be said, but anyone else have anything? Okay, we do have a need for closed session. The Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting. The Board of Education intends to discuss matters as follows. Those items in tonight's agenda. The length of the closed session is estimated to be 3 hours, after which a public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action will not be taken. Can I please have a motion to go into close?
So moved.
Moved by Jeff. Second by Lee Wu. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. We're in closed session. Thank you for joining us.